There's a reason I don't drive at night anymore. Not on back roads, not near the woods, not even if it adds 2 hours to the trip. I take the long way, the crowded way, the stupidly expensive toll way, because I saw something I wasn't supposed to.
You are watching The Dark Hours.
This happened 2 years ago in northern Oregon. I was visiting my sister who lives up near Pendleton, and I decided to drive home at night. The day had been peaceful, family, food, nothing strange. Just a goodbye hug and a wave as I got in the car. It was around 11 p.m. when I left. A full tank of gas, some snacks, a good playlist. I figured I'd be home by 3 a.m. I had done this drive before, and I remembered a little detour that shaved 30 minutes off. Cut through the forest, skipped the main roads, barely any traffic. The sky was clear, the air was cold, and aside from the occasional raccoon or deer eye glinting in my headlights, it was uneventful. Until I saw the lantern. It was off to the side of the road, deep in the trees, a soft orange glow swaying between the branches. At first I thought it was a campfire, maybe someone hiking late. But as I passed, I realized something. It wasn't flickering like fire, it was pulsing, slow and steady, like a heartbeat. I slowed down, curiosity, I guess, or maybe something deeper. It's hard to explain, but the light, it felt like it was meant to be seen. I pulled over, turned off the engine, stepped out into the dark. At first, all I heard was the wind and the faint crackle of leaves under my boots. The lantern glowed ahead, deeper in the woods. I knew it was a bad idea. Every instinct told me to stay in the car, but something pulled me forward. I walked for maybe 5 minutes, the glow getting brighter, warmer. I didn't hear anything. No crickets, no owls, just the soft hum of that light. And then I saw him, standing in a clearing. He was tall, thin, wearing an old black coat that looked soaked through. A wide-brimmed hat cast a shadow over his face. But the light, the lantern, it wasn't in his hand. It was floating right beside him, hovering, just swaying gently in the air, like it was attached to nothing at all. I stood frozen. I don't know if he saw me. He didn't move, just stood there, facing me. Then he raised his hand, not quickly, just slowly, as if inviting me to come closer. That's when the smell hit me. Rotting water, mold, something that had been buried, dug up, and left to soak in the rain for years. I turned and ran. I didn't look back. I didn't stop. I sprinted through the woods until I hit the road, nearly tripping over the guardrail. I jumped in the car, locked the doors, and drove. Didn't stop until I hit the next town. When I finally got to a gas station, I got out to breathe, to splash water on my face, to remind myself that I was alive and awake. But something was wrong. The car was covered in muddy handprints. All along the sides, the windows, even the windshield, like someone had been crawling all over it while I was driving. But I hadn't seen anyone. No sound, no sign, just the prints. I told myself it was something else. Maybe I'd parked near a swamp and some kids messed with the car. Maybe I imagined the floating lantern. Maybe I was too tired and it was just a weird dream. But the next morning, I found something in my back seat. A small, old-fashioned lantern. Unlit. Cold. I never kept one in my car. I don't camp. I don't even own one. It was just sitting there, quiet. I threw it away, drove to the nearest church, didn't even care what denomination, just walked in and sat for a while. I wasn't even religious, but I needed to be in a place that felt safe. Over the last year, I've moved 3 times. Never stay in one place too long. I drive during the day. I avoid wooded areas. I keep every light on at night. But sometimes, just sometimes, I catch a glow out of the corner of my eye. Always distant, always swaying. Sometimes I wake up and find my door unlocked. Once I found muddy prints on my windowsill. 4th floor, no fire escape. And a note. Just one sentence, scratched in the wood. You saw him. He saw you. So if you're ever driving late and you see a lantern in the trees, keep driving. No matter how warm it looks. No matter how curious you feel. Because if you stop, he'll follow. And once the lantern man finds you, he never lets you go. I reckon you're wondering if it's real. That old lantern man and his floating light. Well, you go on and tell yourself it's just a story. That's what I did once. Right up until I saw that glow outside my window, hovering there like it was waiting for me to breathe wrong. Now I don't sleep much, and I sure as hell don't open my door after dark. So if you're ever driving down a quiet road and you see a little light dancing in the trees, don't stop. Don't blink. And whatever you do, don't follow it. Some lights ain't meant to guide you home. They're meant to take you somewhere you don't come back from. Sleep tight now, if you can.